Okay, I just did a video on this and I had to delete it because the glare was so terrible. It was hard to see it. When I look at my camera, there's a blind spot, and so the whole thing had glare on it. I had to get rid of it. Anyways, I talked about this deck, and I will talk about it again because this is a very interesting deck, and I did want to talk to you about it. This deck I bought when I first started doing tarot, probably within the last 6 months. I probably bought it the first month I was looking at decks. And it's the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. There are other Golden Tarots, but this one is by Cat Black. And it comes in a beautiful deck. Just a beautiful, beautiful deck. Very heavy, thick deck. And comes with a great book, 200-page book, which we're going to talk about. And then here are the cards. The cards are, these are extra cards. Cards are, there's the back of the deck. They're gold gilded on the sides, gorgeous. And then it's all like medieval art. When I got this deck, it was like when I got my first box of crayons. I opened the first large set of crayons, the 48 colors of Crayola crayons. When I first got my first box of crayons, I opened them up and I just looked at them. I didn't want to use them. Before that, I had a drawer full of broken crayons, but this was my first real deck of crayons, and there were 48 colors. And I just remember looking at the colors and never using them. And that's kind of how I feel about this deck. I haven't used this deck because I think it's so gorgeous. It's not for everybody. It's all medieval art, as I said. But it's just so beautiful. There are many walkthroughs. This deck itself is it's been around for a long time. I'm not sure when Cat Black came out with it, or who puts this out. U.S. Games. It's in multiple printings. So the other thing about this deck, which is very cool if you don't have this deck or you don't know anything about it, is it's all collage art. And the art itself is discussed in the book, and that's why the book is 200 pages. So let's just take a card. Let's take the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. We're going to look in the book, in the back, in the index. I'll look up the Page of Swords. And we're going to talk about this picture. Page of Swords, 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 cups, wands, swords. So the page. Okay. So the page, here we have the page. They talk about every aspect of the card and where it came from an artist, from art. The page itself was Domenico Giardarlo, Italian painter. I would love to say it in an Italian accent. Domenico Giardarlo. That sounds wrong. Okay. Italian painter, Florentine school. He was born in 1449 in Firenze, died in 1494. Madonna and Child with Saint Sebastian and Saint Julian in 1473. It's a fresco, and you can see it at the Sant'Andrea Abruzzi in San Dominio. So this is probably either San Sebastian or San Julian. And then that's where the page is from. The Leaping Bull is Francesco de Crosa, Italian painter, Ferrazzi School. He was born in 1435, died in 1477. This is from the Allegory of April, Triumph of Venus. It's a fresco, Palazzo Schiaffiola, Ferrara. The landscape is from Cima de Conigliano, Italian painter, Venetian school. It tells you when he was born and died. You can find it at the National Gallery of Art in Washington. That would be the landscape. The butterfly is Pisanello, Italian painter, born in 1395, died in 1455. Portrait of Princess of the House of Este. Tempera on wood. It's in the Louvre. So the painting isn't, this picture isn't in the Louvre, but the butterfly is taken from a picture that's in the Louvre. So, you know, it's a kind of a fascinating, it really breaks down every piece of art in this collage art and where it comes from. And most of the art is from, there's 13, 14, mostly 1400s and 1500s. Curiously enough, that's when the Marseille deck was out, or some of the older tarot decks. There's no references to the old decks in these paintings that were old. Maybe they are, but we just see parts of the paintings in these, so that's kind of interesting. Anyways, so I just love this deck. It's a beautiful deck, and I don't use it. Now, in the last video that I had to abort because now I have a dog doing something, you know, scratching itself. What I did do with this deck was I did do a reading from the book, and I'll do that again. It's called the Horseshoe reading, and I don't want to use the same question, but I'll think of something else. And it's 7 cards, and it's kind of a cool layout, a cool spread. Kind of easy to remember. It's not as complicated as the Celtic Cross. I think the Celtic Cross is very complicated. I have done a couple of Celtic Crosses, and I've been happy with them. But it's nice to learn different spreads. So I'm going to talk about. Let's see. I said I'm going to ask about. Oh, I don't know. Should I ask the same question that I asked earlier? I don't know if that would work. Ask about something else. What do I want to know about? They already asked about my books too. I'm doing a new series. I did a book, and I put a little short video on this channel about it. But now I'm doing artwork, and I'm mounting them. I'm continuing with the watercolors and doing them on doing the paintings, and then putting wax over them, and then mounting them on birch cradled. And that's what I'm going to take. I decided to go to the farmer's market this year. I haven't been to the farmer's market in 2 years because I was busy with other things. So I think I'm going to ask about what can I do to be successful at the farmer's market this year. I am making new product, so let's just say, how can I be successful at the market this year, at the farmer's market this year? If you're ever in Westfield, New York over the summer, come and see me. Saturdays, 9 to 2 at the park, Four Corners. Is it Moore Park? What do they call that? I can't. Anyways, so this, we're going to open it just to make the reference. It's a 7 card. We're just going to pull these things. I'll try to get everything in the. Okay. This is the significator, so that's in the center. And then you put the cards out, put them all at the same time. You do a horseshoe around the significator. And I'll bring them closer if you can't see them. I'll keep checking my phone. Jeez, we got some heavy stuff going on here. It may not be going as well as I hoped. I don't know. So what can I do to be successful at the park? We got 7 cards. And the center card is the significator, and that's this one right in the center. It's the page of coins. Okay, so I'm learning, and it's about money. I'm learning to be successful doing some project, which I think is my art, and selling my art at the farmer's market. So that does show, it does sort of show what I'm doing. Page of coins, selling my art at the farmer's market, and that's my significator, and I do see that, and I'm still learning how to do that. And I did it for 7 years, and then I stopped when I bought a barn that I sell my work out of. But now I want to go back, and I want to promote my barn, so I'm going to go back to the farmer's market. Not every Saturday, but a few Saturdays. Now, so then we go to the past. And let's say, okay, this is the past influences. The factors in the past that are having an ongoing effect on the situation in question. The devil. Now, the devil, what has been affected? I mean, what could that be? Devils usually are something self-sabotaging thoughts. I guess that could be it. I've sold many things at the park, and I've had different, my success at the park is varied. Some years I did well, and some years I did not do so well. I think I need to see where I have to be have more critical thinking and to see what did sell well and what didn't sell well. It seems like I did do better when I sold original work than when I sold, prints and cards and magnets and all this other stuff that were copied. My work was copied to make other things. So maybe it says don't do things that you did in the past, because I ended up doing a lot of that, just selling prints of my work, and then it wasn't doing as well. I have to think back to maybe what I did do better, and maybe not take the easy way out, because it's really easy selling prints. Making things out of you're making cups out of your artwork, making, cards, making. I do a lot of things, making little pictures that you can sit on wood blocks, so you have a little bit of art in your office or something. But that wasn't working. But it was easy. So maybe I have to think about not taking the easy way out, but taking a way out that's a little bit more challenging. In other words, doing original art. You can make a picture, paint a picture, and then make iterations of the picture and then sell it. Not for as much money. But I'm thinking now I want to go with the original art, which is how I started out, and then I kind of stopped doing that. I started doing prints. So maybe I need to not do what I was doing in the past and go in a new direction. And selling prints was the easy way out, and maybe I have to take the hard way out and sell individual pieces of work, which I can charge more money for. So I'd be selling less, but making as much or maybe even more money. I just don't know what's going to sell, but then I'm thinking I'm just going to test the market with the materials that I'm doing now. Now, does that express the devil card? Because the devil card is an addiction. I guess I was addicted to selling prints of my work, not selling my best work, not selling. And I certainly, what I did do, after a year or two, because I was working with prints, I wasn't really making new product. I was just kind of making more prints of the same materials, same things. So it's to get out of the routine that I had been in for maybe 4 of those 7 years, getting out of that routine and doing something different, not falling back on the old routine. 7 of Cups. Oh dear, this isn't good, is it? 7 of Cups is my present situation. Well, my present situation is I have this barn and I'm selling work out of it, but it's not really doing well this past year because I've been busy with other things, so I didn't put the attention I needed into it. So I'm looking for other ways to sell my art or to regenerate interest into my barn or into my work. So I have to work on that, and I have to be serious about it, and not. I have a lot of ideas of how to do it, but I need to focus, and I think my focus now is selling original art, and I'll have different price points. When I was selling prints of my art, they were like, a card was $4, a print was $8. It was very inexpensive, but and it was easy to do because I could sell something and then make it again, and another 20 minutes I could make more of them. But now I'm thinking of going for broke and doing just original art and selling original art. So this is what I'm kind of making choices here. What do I want to do? And there's a lot of choices, a lot of things I could do. So we'll see where that goes. And it is true, I am making a lot of choices. Okay, now here comes the King of Cups. This is the hidden influences. The hidden things that are possibly affecting me on a conscious or unconscious level. The influences are the cups. I mean, is the King of Cups. I mean, if he's my influence, that'd be wonderful. I'm trying to think if I know anyone who's successful selling art, and I really don't know anyone who's a male who's successful selling art. Selling art is difficult. But maybe I just have someone rooting for me. And I do have someone rooting for me. There is someone who buys my original art, and he's a very nice person, and he could be the King of Cups. He could be influencing me from far away. I want to thank him for doing that. Okay, and then we go to the fourth position, which is the obstacles, judgment. Well, that's the story of my life, the judgment, how I view myself, how I rate myself. Is my art good enough to sell? If I do a painting and, I spend 2 hours on a painting and then charge, $15 for it, is that really a smart thing to do? Or should I value my work more, put a higher price on it? And because sometimes people don't value something that you if it's so cheap, they don't value it. It's the irony where if you charge more, they think it's worth more. It's the same thing, but I tend to undervalue my work, and that is a problem for me. I could go to the farmer's market and sell 3 paintings and come home with like $40. Meanwhile I spent like 2 days working on those paintings. I am getting faster with my paintings, which is really good. And I am not going to sell myself this time. The cheapest painting for me is going to be $35, I decided. So we'll see how that works out. So judging my work, that is my obstacle. That's what has been my obstacle in the past, not judging my work. Not giving it as much due as not judging it well, I think. Now, the next one is the house, the influences of people around me. The four of coins. Who could this be? Well, the community is providing a venue for me to sell, and I should take advantage of that. The community has a wonderful farmers market. We have it's from 9 to 2 every day. We have live music the whole time, or pretty much from like 11 to 1, 11 to 2. We have wonderful Amish bakers that come down with their goods. We have all this organic food, organic meats. We have a lot of artisans there. So it's a wonderful little market, and quite well known, quite renowned in this area, in the Chautauqua County. And I'm fortunate to have it literally a block away from where I live. So that is the community that's providing this opportunity. So that's a wonderful influence that I have. And I haven't taken advantage of it the last 2 years. I'm going to this year. Okay, then the next one is the action. The best path to take in order to further the querent's best interests in this matter. The King of Coins. Didn't I already have a King of Coins? No, the King of Cups. So I have 2 kings. Oh my goodness. The King of Coins. I think this says like I'm kind of doing everything right. The fact that I want to now sell only original art with the bottom prices being $35 and then going up. The King of Coins would suggest that that's a good plan, because that is my plan. And finally, the outcome, the Four of Swords. The outcome is going to bed, going to sleep, going to meditate. So the outcome will be maybe I will be so happy and so pleased with the outcome that I'll be able to get a good night's sleep. Hey, yeah, that'd be good, because I don't sleep too well. So the outcome is good. It's just repose. Maybe I'll be so busy during the summer that I'll have to, you know, take a break because I'll be so busy making things and selling things. It'll be just crazy. I'm going to, this has nothing to do with tarot, but you know, you're in my world now. So I'm going to do one thing before we leave. Just, you know, just to, I'm always telling stories. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to finish this up with another story. Okay, so this is a beautiful deck. I don't use it because it's like a box of crayons for me. And I'm going to put it back in the box. I'm only going to take it out on special occasions. Golden Tarot. So now we're going to do one thing. Okay, this is really almost unconscionable, but I'm going to do this anyways. And if anyone has any thoughts about this, I would love to hear it. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with it. This is going to be the artwork. This is my original artwork that I'm going to sell at the farmer's market. And I just did 3 of them. This is a painting. It's called a Shy Girl. And it is watercolor. And then the watercolor is waxed. So it's kind of cool. Got a very good, cool feel to it. And the sides are painted. These are birch cradle boards. And these are what I'm going to sell for $35. So there's this one. This is called Paseo, which means walk. This is a walk. They're going for a walk. Paseo is Spanish for walk. And then here is, one is called Grow with Sunflowers. And then, so they're all on these cradles. And this one, and then I'm going to have, on the back, I'm going to have the certificate of authenticity, the signature, the title, and when it was done. So this is going to be what I'm going to sell. This is what I'm staking, this is what I'm hoping to sell for $35 at the market. And I'll be doing more of these. I got these cradles on Amazon. They're another thing about these cradles, this piece of wood, they're just beautiful. Look at that. You could almost put a painting in the center, you know, if you do miniatures. And then I get them for a 5 for 15, I think. A little more than $15, but they're lightweight, so I think I could mail them if people wanted to buy them. I could mail them off. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to sell at the market for $35. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's I'm going to do a lot of these. So there you go. I really rambled on today. Sorry about that, but c'est la vie. Anyways, thanks for watching, and don't forget, you may want to buy the Golden Tarot. It's an amazing deck. It's like a box of crayons. Did I say that? I said it again, Lindy. Just said it again. Oh, yeah. Have a great day.